This video is designed to support people with disability to identify and set goals in preparation for a planning meeting with a Uniting Local Area Coordinator in New South Wales. We'll cover a few things to help you get ready for a meeting with one of our team members. This includes: why is it important to identify my goals for my planning meeting with a local area coordinator? How many goals can I have in my meeting with a Uniting Local Area Coordinator? How do I write a goal for my NDIS plan? And how do my NDIS goals relate back to my NDIS funding?
Hi, Matt here from the Uniting Local Area Coordination Program.
Why is it important to identify my goals for my planning meeting with a local area coordinator?
Goals are a very important part of your meeting. Under Section 34A of the NDIS Act, funding will be allocated to help you to reach your NDIS goals. Your goals form the basis of what will be funded in your NDIS plan. Therefore, it's extremely important to think about what this would be for you.
How many goals can I create in my meeting with a Uniting Local Area Coordinator?
Each goal is unique to each person. Therefore, it helps to think about what is important to you. In your NDIS planning meeting, we will ask you to identify up to 2 goals which you would like to achieve over the plan period. These goals are referred to as short-term goals. You can also create up to 5 medium to long-term goals in your plan. These might be goals that you would like to achieve, however may take longer than the current NDIS plan period. In general, your goals might be around becoming more independent, getting or keeping a job, learning new skills, enrolling in education, becoming more active in your community, or improving your relationships and making new friends. It's important to try and make your goals as specific as possible. You can find more information about planning to achieve your goals on the NDIS website.
How do I write a goal for my NDIS plan?
When developing goals for your NDIS plan, it is important to develop SMART goals. Let's look at what we mean by SMART goals. S is for specific. Being specific means you are clear on the who, what, where, when, why, and which. Who is involved? What do I want to accomplish? Where will it be done? Why am I doing this? Which support requirements exist? For example, you may have a long-term goal to one day move out of home and live independently. To achieve this, you have identified the following short-term goal for your NDIS plan.
During this plan period, I would like to take steps to explore housing options so that I can move out of my parents' home and live independently in my community.
In this goal, we can see that it is specific because we can identify the following: who it is, the NDIS participant, what do they want to accomplish, they would like to explore housing options, where will this be done, in their community, why they want to live independently. M is for measurable. It is important to think about how you could measure a goal. Can you track it to make sure it is a relevant goal, or has it been achieved? Let's take the same example as before.
During this plan period, I would like to take steps to explore housing options so that I can move out of my parents' home and live independently in my community.
This goal is measurable. The NDIS customer would like to take steps to explore housing options. By the end of the plan period, we would know if this goal has been achieved, if these measurable steps have been taken to support the NDIS customer to explore housing options. A is for achievable. The goal needs to be achievable for you in relation to your personal situation. Again, let's take a look at the same example as before.
During this plan period, I would like to take steps to explore housing options so that I can move out of my parents' home and live independently in my community.
This goal would be achievable for someone who has already been thinking about moving out of home. The person would be independent around the home or have current support set up in the home to assist them to be more independent. If the person requires support in the home to be independent and these supports have not yet been put in place, this goal may not be achievable for the plan period. Therefore, it is important to think about your personal situation and if the goal is achievable for you. R is for realistic. The goal needs to be realistic so that it can be achievable. Taking the same example as before.
During this plan period, I would like to take steps to explore housing options so that I can move out of my parents' home and live independently in my community.
If the person requires supports in the home to be independent and these supports have not yet been put in place, this goal would not be achievable and therefore not realistic for the plan period. However, in this case, the goal is realistic as the relevant supports are already set up. T is for timely. Will this goal be achieved in your current plan period? Let's look at the same example from before.
During this plan period, I would like to take steps to explore housing options so that I can move out of my parents' home and live independently in my community.
This goal is timely. The goal outcome is to explore housing options over this plan period, which we can assume will be over 12 months. For more information on NDIS goals, visit the NDIS website www.ndis.gov.au and select the Participant tab.
How do my NDIS goals relate back to my NDIS funding?
Goals are related to one or more of the support types: core, capacity building, and/or capital, and to one of the following support categories: choice and control, daily life, relationships, home, health and well-being, learning, work, social and community activities. Your goals will determine which of the support types the funding will be allocated to. Support types are core, capacity building, or capital funding. And from there, the funding will be allocated to the relevant support categories. This will then be displayed in your copy of your NDIS plan for you to refer to when purchasing services and supports.
I'm having trouble writing a goal. How do I start?
Here are a few things to think about to assist you with writing your goals. What is working in your life at the moment which you would like to keep or maintain? What is not working in your life at the moment which you would like to change? Of those things which you would like to change, how can we word this as a goal? For example, if you would like to access the community more often, what do you need to support you to do that? Then think about how you might frame this as a goal. Remember, you will need to make sure the goal is smart and in your words as the person creating the goal. Thank you for watching.